much for joining in on all throughout all the days, right? So let us just send in a reminder and then we're all ready. Great. So how many of you have been joining all throughout all the days, right? Type me in the chat box. Thank you so much, Sujit. Thank you, Vipasha ma'am. Thank you, Azim. That's great. Okay, so a lot of me's. That's really great because we are on the day 4. Tomorrow will be our graduation day. So super excited for our graduation day also. Today, we'll be continuing from where we left off yesterday, which is the concept of loops. Okay, so before that, we'll be doing our Ho'oponopono practice. The Ho'oponopono technique is a Hawaiian technique that helps clear negativity and self-doubt. So I require you to please close your eyes. Yes. So I'll be taking my name and you'll be taking yours. Okay. So we're going to speak to our own self, our beautiful spirit, our energy. I request you to put your hand on your heart. We will be using these 4 statements. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And these statements will be talking to our own self. Right? Okay, let us begin. Relax your breath. Relax your fold. Relax your eyes. Relax your cheeks. Relax your shoulders. Relax your back. Relax your feet. Let's begin. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi. Here you'll be taking your name. I'm really sorry, dear Sachi, for not taking care of you. I'm so sorry for disconnecting with you. I'm so sorry for leaving you alone. I am the one who judges you so much. I am the one who criticizes you so much. Please forgive me for underestimating you, dear Sachi. Forgive me for not believing in you. Thank you, dear Sachi, for letting me have this beautiful experience of life. Thank you so much. From now on, it doesn't matter who doesn't love you. It doesn't matter who doesn't appreciate you. Because I promise you, from now on, I love you. I am here and I would never let you go again. Take a deep breath. Rub your hands together and put that energy to your face. Amazing. Great. So give me one word in the chat. What was the result before and after of the exercise? Peaceful, calm, relaxing. Great. Awesome. Cool. That's really great. Amazing. So thank you so much everyone for joining in. Thank you so much, Shamik. Thank you so much, Vishal sir, also for joining in. Let me share my screen. I'll be sharing the link to the exercise here. I share it. The link is on the chat. Let me also share it with people who are joining us on YouTube. Great. I request you to do the practice on desktop. If you are even on mobile, even that also works. But desktop, if you have a desktop, now is a good time to switch. Okay. People who are joining us on our social channels, I request you to click on the link of our Zoom session. You can directly join us live. Okay. So let me also share the invite link for Zoom here. Amazing. Just let me know if you're able to see my screen. Great. Okay. Now, yesterday we have covered lists. We've understood list detail yesterday. Today we'll understand loops. Okay. So basically, when we have gone through, whenever we have understood conditionals, it is one time that a condition repeats. Okay. But what happens in loops? If whenever there is a repeated activity that we want to do, we do that, right? So let me show it by example. So what we are trying to do here is use while to print count 5 times. Okay. So let me copy this. I'm coming on to the exercise portion. Okay. So pasted it here. Okay. So now what we have done is we have said first created a variable which is count, and we said set it to 0. Okay. Count is set to 0. And now if count is less than 5, okay, so here it is a conditional. Here is a condition. Then we are printing, there's an indentation, there's a space. Then we are saying print, hello, I am an if statement, and the count is the variable count. Okay. So first let's print this. And I'm going to run this. What is happening here? It is printing once, hello, I am an if statement, and the count is 0. Okay. Right now, when we are doing a loop, so what happens in a while loop is, let me remove the conditional. So people who are parallel running along with me, take a screenshot so that you can put it on the group. Okay. Now, what we are doing is while count is less than 5, right? So what we're doing here is, here also there's condition, but instead of if, what we have done, we have written out while. Okay. So now while count is less than 5, it is going to print this repeatedly, right? So it's going to say print, hello, I am a while, and the count is whatever the variable at that moment is. For example, initially it will be 0, then it will be 1, then it will be 2. It will keep on printing 0, 1, 2, right? And after that, what we are doing is we are having another variable which says count plus equal to 1, which means here we are incrementing this particular variable is required to be updated, right? So what happens is at one moment count will become 5, and here 5 less than 5 will become false, and then this while loop will stop, right? So that is how we run the while loop. Okay, so I'm going to run it. So let us do that. Now if you see, first the if statement has ran, then the while started, I am a while, and the count is 0. Then the count got updated to +1. Then it printed hello, I am a while, and the count is the next number, whatever the count was there at that moment. Then it got updated till when it was 4. At one moment when it became 5, 5 less than 5 was false, and then the while loop stopped, right? So how many of you understood the concept of while loop, right? If you understood this, type U in the chat box. Amazing. Thank you, Sujit. Thanks, Prashant. Right. So the while loop is very simple. It helps us run a block of code repeatedly, right? So that is how this actually works. Now you can see that we have an incrementer where the condition checks if the count is less than 5 every time, right? Whenever it is equal to or greater than 5, it is going to break the while loop, right? Yes, thank you so much, Sham. Yes, people who have not understood this, type N in the chat box so that we'll repeat it once. People who would want me to repeat, type R in the chat box. Amazing. So everybody understood. Okay, thank you so much, Asim. Okay, so basically we'll understand this with another exercise that will become easier. Okay, so now what we're trying to do here is we are going to print square of a number from 1 to 10. Okay, so we are using while. Okay, what we are doing, so people who have ran this parallelly along with me, I request you to take a screenshot so that you can put it on the group. Okay, now we have created another variable which is num equal to 1. Now the while loop started here. What we have done here, we are checking if number is less than or equal to 10. As long as it is less than or equal to 10, this block of code will run. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are then printing the square of that particular number, right? So I'll remove the comments to make it clear. So we're printing number into number. Okay, so then we are incrementing num. Okay, now this is very simple, like three lines of code. Okay, there is one particular variable which is num. The value of it is 1. While num is less than or equal to 10, this block of code runs, and that block of code does print number into number, and then we are going to increment it. Okay, so number into number is the square of that particular number. So how this will start is, it will start from 1, it will go till 10. Okay, then once it becomes 11, right? 11, is 11 less than 10? No. Is 11 equal to 10? No. Then this while loop will stop. Okay, so I'm going to run this. You can see that 1 square, 2 square, 3 square till 10 square got printed. Now you need not have to write if conditions or multiple print statements. You just had to write one particular print statement and looped 10 times, right? So that is how you give the power of repetition to a program, right? So this is how you use while. So how many of you understood a little clearly how to use while loops? Type U in the chat box. Yes, if you've understood a while loop, type U in the chat. Thank you so much, Azim. Thank you, Sham. Thank you, Sujit. Thanks, Prasad. People who are watching us on YouTube, I request you to type in the comment section so that we are aware. And if you're having any other query, also you can go ahead and type and put it in the comment section. Amazing. That's great. So everybody has understood why. So now to simplify further, we use a for loop, right? A for loop has a simpler syntax than while loop, right? So let me just, show this by exercise. Now what we are trying to do here is trying to use a for loop, and the exercise is print square of number from 1 to 5. And what are we going to do? We are going to use a for. Okay, so I'm going, people who have ran this, do take a screenshot. Okay, amazing. Now what we are doing, first the for loop is here, like this 2 lines is for loop, only these 2 lines. Okay, but before that, what we are doing is we are creating a list of numbers, right? So we have created yesterday lists, right? So now we have created another list. The name of the list is numbers. Now we are going to print numbers. Okay, so when we print numbers, it will print from 1 to 5. Okay, this is clear. Okay, we don't need the numbers to be printed. Now what we are trying to do is this square the numbers are, then the for loop comes. Now what for loop does is, earlier you had 4 lines in the while loop. Here it happens only in 2 lines, right? So you start for loop with for keyword and says for the number like the counter that you had earlier in while, you can directly add it as num. And what happens is it starts from the first list, first member of that particular list, right? So it starts from 1 and it'll go till 5. Okay. So for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, first num will be 1. Then you need not have to increment it. So the major difference between while and for loop is it will auto increment. You need not have to increment it, right? So it will automatically take the next number in that particular range. Okay. Now numbers is list, right? So it is taking each number from that particular list, right? So now I'm going to say print number into number. Okay, so let me run this. Okay, so you need to have parentheses, print statements. Now you can see that the squared numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Okay, so how many of you understood this particular for loop, right? These two particular lines? Type me in the chat box if you understood the for loop. Thank you, Sham. Thanks, Prasad. Thanks, Sujit. Thanks, Roshan. Thanks, Raja. That's great. So people who are watching us on social channels, you can leave your comments on the comment section or in the chat. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Azim. Great. So now what we're doing here is trying to run this again. So now we'll understand a few inbuilt functions, right? So one of them is range, right? So not every time you require a new list like numbers, you can have a statement like a range. Okay, let me show you that. Here, instead of numbers list, I'm going to use a range 1 to 6. Okay, so if I'm going to type in here a range 1 to 6, what it will do is it will pick from the first item in this particular range. You do not require the numbers. You made the code from 4 lines to just 2 lines. Okay, for the item in the range 1 to 6, you're going to print the square of each number. Okay, so if I run this, you can see that it started from 1 to 6, right, without having to create another list. So range is something that will print from the beginning, the start, till the end -1. Like if I'm going to put here 11, it will go from 1 till 10. So the end number is excluded. Okay, so if I run it, now you can see that started from 1 till 100. Now if at all you want to do it from 5 till 10, you can even do that, right? So it will take this range function starts from the first character, from the first number till the second number -1, the one number less than that. Okay, so if you see, if I'm going to run this, it'll run from 25 till 100, right? So this way you can use range to run between a specific set of numbers, right? So how many of you understood what is this inbuilt function called range? Right, if you understood, type U in the chat box. Amazing. Thank you, Sushmita. Thank you, Rachana. Thank you, Azim. That's great. Okay, so now I'd request you to put your screenshots on the group. People who have even ran the program yesterday and you are able to put the if you are not able to put the screenshots yesterday on the group, I request you to go ahead and put the screenshots on the group, right? Amazing. So, and this marks little the basics of Python are complete, right? So more in more about Python, more about these details also we are going to cover tomorrow, right? So, and the most important thing is tomorrow is the graduation day, where we will be sharing a form on the group so that you can fill the form, so the certificates get generated. And also on this particular day, we will let you know how you can take your career to next level in the area of data science, right? So we have also told about these 5 people who are joining for the first time. These 5 days are a part of our bigger course, which is the AI Bronze, which covers everything that a data scientist should know. And there are practicals, exercises, and all the live projects in that particular program. So this particular AI Bronze program starts at the price of that particular program is 6,990. So if at all you are serious about joining and taking your career forward in data science, I request you to think about it. And people who are already willing to go for it, I'm also going to share the link here on chat box. Okay, let's just say. So how many of you are willing to build a career in data science? Type me in the chat box. Thank you, Azim. Great. So people who are willing to build their career in data science, and it would be very useful for you to understand and join tomorrow's session, because we will be giving you all the details also. People who are interested, you can even leave your contact details so that the team can reach out and guide you if you have any other queries also. But anything on a personal note, you can leave your contact so that you on the direct message on chat, right? So that the team can reach out and help you out with any of your queries. Okay, so here is the link for the AI Bronze program as well. Great. So looking forward for tomorrow's session. And Azim, and thank you so much, Kamran, for expressing your interest. If you are serious, you can definitely share your contact details also, so that the team can reach out and guide you personally on how to go forward. So these particular 5-day programs are helpful in clearing the self-doubt or any thought that Python is tough, right? Python is easy. And we make Python easy for even beginners and people who are coming from a non-code background as well, right? Similarly, we make data science easy for many members. Okay. Thank you so much for joining in today, and looking forward to see you tomorrow on the graduation day. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm great.